Hello everybody, good evening. Hello everyone. Welcome to the class, all of you. Okay, I get to see your responses. There are many old students. Welcome back, guys. I hope we'll rock today. And all the new students, hearty welcome to my sessions. I hope I get to see you in my further classes as well. Right. Since we have many new students, it's necessary that I introduce myself before we could talk about anything else. So guys, you're talking to Dr. Nasma. I teach chemistry. I'm a chemistry expert at Vedantu. I teach the JEE aspirants and NEET aspirants as well. Of course, I have been doing this from past many years, maybe 8 years by now. Yeah. Okay. That's enough. I guess that's a very quick introduction for myself. I guess that's more than enough. And now, you all know why are we here today, right? Yeah, it's a very, a very different kind of webinar that I'm going to conduct today. And this is for all those students who have requested about the study strategy and, which are the important topics, what is the weightage of particular chapter and all that, okay? Right? So we're going to talk about how to score 90 and above marks in JEE mains by contributing less than 10 days or 10 days of time. But then before we could go ahead, I have a few questions for all of you. I think I can turn on my webcam now. Yeah. Question number 1. How many of you are attempting your JEE in 2019? 2019 JEE. I keep looking at your messages in the chat box. So you can... Okay, so many students. That's good. JEE 2019, only serious aspirants, please. I'm sure everybody is serious. Yeah, very good, very good. So guys, how is your preparation going on? Going good? Preparing well? Seriously? Yeah, very nice, very nice, very nice. Well, okay, I get to see many students who are preparing for JEE and who are pretty serious as well. Yeah, and you all say that your preparation is going on very well. I'll ask you the same question maybe after 40 minutes. Just wait for the question. Okay? Done? So well, I have seen somebody asking me that is it similar to the previous webinars or previous sessions that we have had? In fact, no. In all my previous webinars that some of you have attended so far, we were talking about some topic or some subtopic, solving previous year questions and all that, right? But today, I'm not going to teach you anything, seriously, I'm not going to teach you any topic, but I'm going to cover the overall portions of chemistry in JEE point of view, which are important, how to study, reference books and all that. Yeah, the webinar is going to be for 40 minutes. So let's quickly start. All of you have said that, yes, I'm preparing very well and all that. That's pretty good to hear. Since you're preparing so seriously, you must be aware of JEE pattern also, right? How many questions do you have in JEE from chemistry? How many questions? I know it's a silly question, but I just want to see how many of you are really active in the class and how many of you are just sitting back and watching, in fact, staring my face. 30 questions. Very good, very good. 30 questions. And what about the marks? How many marks are from chemistry? Very good, very good. Good, guys. Keep activeness. Very good. Yeah, 120 marks, correct? Now, right now, according to your preparation, are you all sure that yes, we can secure 90 marks and above? How many of you are sure? I can secure 90 and above marks. Are you all clear and confident about all the topics of chemistry? I know many of you are not. If you are, you wouldn't attend this webinar, right? Right. So today what am I going to talk about is these two aspects. I'm just shutting off my webcam for a while because I want the entire screen to be used. So there you go. Today we're going to talk about just two things about chemistry, of which one is what to study in chemistry so that we can secure high score. And the second one is how to study those topics. And this how to study includes the reference books, the materials and everything required. Yeah? Well, what to study in chemistry? Who can answer this question to me? What does it mean? It means that what chapters or what topics do you think very important in chemistry? What do you think is very important in chemistry? Organic, inorganic, physical? What, in your perspective, tell me. You can use the code language or chart language. You can see just organic in spite of typing it as organic, chemistry, physical, chemistry and all that. Yeah. NCERT, everything, organic, 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 a lot of organic. Everything. Very good, very good. Good set of responses, guys. Keep going. Well, I knew this. Most of us do think that organic is very important, whereas inorganic is useless. Just to clarify this point, take a look at the usual weightage in chemistry. This weightage is being given after researching about past 10 to 15 years JEE papers. Okay, take a look at this. The entire units of chemistry, organic, inorganic and physical, if you look at their weightage, of course the highest weightage is for physical and organic, but then inorganic is not any less, right? I hope you get to see the pie chart. So please do not have an assumption that if I can complete organic fully, okay, I'm done with 50%. Actually not. It's not that way. Yeah, I've seen many students who are having this misconception that complete organic, then you're done. And they invest a lot of time on that itself. Otherwise, complete physical, it's done. Yeah. So don't have that misconception anymore. All 3 units of chemistry are more or less equally important, right? And now, I have next question for all of you. Physical, inorganic, or inorganic, you know the weightage. Now you tell me, which out of these 3 is easier for you? Which do you find easier? You can say O for organic, I for inorganic, and P for physical. Which out of these 3 is easiest for you? Inorganic, inorganic, physical, organic, physical. I get to say a lot of physical. Good. I keep looking onto my right hand side because there is another system to look at your chat messages. So don't mistake me. Very good. Most of you are choosing physical. Okay. Physical chemistry is easy. Now, listen to my question carefully. Which one do you think is the best scorer? Out of these 3, which one do you think is the best scorer? You can score best or easily in which? Physical itself? I love to see your responses. It just floods away. Good. Physical, organic. Mixture of responses. Now, we all have different opinions, right? Some of us feel that physical is easy. Some of us feel that organic is amazing and easy, and etc. etc. Correct. Now, let me give you a statistical data about the weightage of these all chapters, and let me also give you by targeting which chapters can we complete these portions easily. Yeah. Now, let me quickly take you to another slide. What to study in all these organic, inorganic, and physical chemistry portions? Out of the entire research that I have done about the previous 10 to 15 years of papers, what I have realized is the best scorer is inorganic chemistry. It may sound a little strange for some of you who find inorganic to be boring, not interesting, a lot of theory and all that. But yeah, listen to me, it's serious. Yeah, inorganic chemistry is the best ever scorer. You know why? There are a few best points about inorganic. Point number 1, inorganic chemistry can be completely covered just from NCERT. You don't need to go to any other book. You really don't need any other book. Just cover NCERT for inorganic chemistry and have a good practice. Enough. You can score ultimately high in inorganic. And you know one more thing, that is, if you compare the questioning pattern in inorganic, organic and physical formulae, a lot of application based questions are possible. Organic, too many application based questions are possible because same functional group, but they can give it with aromatic molecule, aliphatic molecule, they can use double bonds, triple bonds, they can bring in a lot of conditions in the same reaction. A lot of creativity is possible in questioning from organic chemistry. But you know what? Inorganic chemistry is not so very creative. It is just theory and equations. They can't create magics in inorganic chemistry. You just study from NCERT. You get to solve every question. I challenge. NCERT plus very good practice. What's very good practice? From where should I practice? I'm going to cover this in second segment of the webinar, like how to study. So stay tuned to listen to that. So inorganic is the best scorer. So do not forget to cover inorganic. Take a look at this table. This I have used in my previous webinar also. This is the research of 2009 to 2018 JEE question papers along with the weightage of individual chapter. After observing these tables of research, I also have found out a few chapters which constantly appear in your exam. Constantly from those chapters, you will have 1 or 2 questions for sure. So those chapters also include inorganic chemistry. If you want, look at chemical bonding. I'm hiding my webcam because I guess that's hindering the part of the table. Yeah, right? So now observe it. Look at chemical bonding. There are 3 questions been asked in the last year question paper. Observe for last few years. The same way. General organic chemistry. Did you see the question count? The same way. Biomolecules. Did you see the question count? Coordination compounds and organometallics. Look at the number of questions from past 4 years at least. Transition elements. Just observe the number of questions been asked in last few years. Representative elements, which is nothing but S and P block, right? This way, from past few year question papers, if you look, there are some chapters which constantly have been appearing. And out of those constantly appearing chapters, inorganic is the king. Inorganic chapters are maximum. So do not ignore inorganic chemistry. This should be first step of your preparation, right? So inorganic is extremely important. Do not ignore even one chapter of inorganic chemistry. And every year there will be minimum of 9 to 10 questions from inorganic chemistry. Your inorganic will give you 9 to 10 questions. You can count the marks 9 to 10 into 4. Yeah. So you can secure them just by studying NCERT. Along with NCERT, a very, very thorough practice. About this practice, I'm going to talk in the second half of the webinar. Are we clear so far? And you know what, in inorganic chemistry also, I'm sure some of you have attended my webinars on P block elements and chemical bonding. Yeah, do you remember we discussing those all shortcuts of these chapters? In chemical bonding, we discussed about shortcuts of bond order calculation, magnetic property. In the very recent webinar of chemical bonding, we spoke about molecular orbital theory, yeah, acidic strength and all that. Do watch those webinars. They are still available on YouTube. Rest of you, those who are listening to me for the very first time, yeah, right. That means what? P block elements and where is that gone? Chemical bonding and molecular structure. They are just like, you know, in Hindi, they say one word for most easy topics. They're just like halwa, you know. You can just master them through tricks and techniques. You can also watch my rest of the webinars about these 2 topics to master them, right? And now, if you are done with chemical bonding perfectly, there you go. You're done with S block elements and P block to some extent. D and F block and coordination compounds are related to each other. When you study them, make sure you study them parallelly, comparatively, yeah. And then P block elements, you get to see them in 2 places, which means class 11 ka part and 12th ka part. Club both of them together, yeah. Classification of elements. CBSE students, of course, and ICSE students also. You have been studying it from class 10 CBSE, and I know you already have mastered it. Look how easy chapters are there in inorganic. Yeah, and moreover, inorganic can be done only from NCERT. Are we clear? You got to do it at any case. But how? Just NCERT, dear students, nothing more. Yes? And you still have some doubts. Are you serious, ma'am, that inorganic questions directly come from NCERT? Yes, I am serious. You want to know how serious I am? Look at my previous webinar in P block elements. I have placed the clippings of the NCERT textbook, from which the questions in the last year and previous year JEE mains questions have come from. You can also watch that webinar. I'll try to get it pinned in the comment section after this video. Yeah, right. And now, there are some students who have watched it, which is amazing. After inorganic, which is the second most important. If you can cover inorganic perfectly, you already have mastered till 10 questions. And you know how long do you take to do this in organic chemistry. I'm talking to the ones who are in class 12, who are in class 13 right now and going to attempt JEE in 2019, which means you're already done with all the portions once, at least twice, definitely. Yeah, I'm talking to you. You can complete inorganic chemistry from NCERT in 4 to 5 days. Just 4 to 5 days. Yeah. How to study? I will talk about it in the second part of the webinar. And now moving on to the second part of our syllabus, organic chemistry. Most of the students hate organic chemistry. I'm a doctorate in organic, but still honestly admitting this fact. Most of the students hate organic chemistry, and I know why. Because you find those mechanism based questions too complicated, too irritating. Anybody who hates organic here? Anybody? I know. See, look at the answers. You can be honest enough. It's pretty cool. Not a problem at all. Yeah. But still, guys, I accept that it takes a lot of time in solving questions. I also accept that to study also at this point of time, 12th and 13th students, it takes a lot of time. But then I'm marking a few very important topics from organic chemistry. Make sure you learn them perfectly. Okay. When I say perfect, it means perfect. You should be able to answer any sort of question from that topic. Yeah. So first one, general organic chemistry, GOC. When I say GOC, guys, it includes all those effects, isomerism, bond cleavages, and also analysis. Okay. GOC constantly from previous year papers, if you look, GOC constantly gives you 2 to 3 questions for sure. And hydrocarbons, after completing your class 12 functional groups of organic chemistry, honestly tell me, how many of you have felt that hydrocarbons is easy? Have you felt this? Hydrocarbons are super easy. After seeing those mechanisms in class 12, functional groups in class 12, haloalkanes, haloarenes, aldehydes, ketones and all, have you felt that hydrocarbons was easy, right? Very easy. See, literally hydrocarbons is easy. From GOC and hydrocarbons, you can get 2 to 4 questions for sure. Okay, so master these 2 topics. They are not very hard, they are easy. And in hydrocarbons, especially the named reactions, don't forget them. Later, I have seen many students, literally many students who ignore chapters such as environmental chemistry, biomolecules, polymers, chemistry in everyday life. And you know what they feel? Oh, those all are, useless chapters, or they are not so very important. You know what? From all these 4 chapters, environmental, biomolecules, polymers, and chemistry in everyday life, you will again get to see 2 to 4 questions every year. Literally every year. You need a proof. I can take you to the previous table. There you go. Yeah. Look at this. Biomolecules. Do you see biomolecules here? Look at the number of questions every year that have come from biomolecules from 2009. Yeah. Do you see them? Don't ignore biomolecules at all. Along with this, polymers also is important enough. Environmental chemistry, important enough. Yeah. So don't even think of ignoring these chapters. They are easier in organic chemistry. And they are the scoring parts in organic chemistry. I get to see some of you talking about remembering polymers and biomolecules is not very easy. It's a little tough. Yeah, it's not very easy, but I'm going to share a few strategies to remember this inorganic chemistry and this kind of a lot of huge data of organic chemistry also at the end. Okay, done. So these are to be done. And I have a disclaimer here. I never said that ignore these 4 chapters. Haloalkanes, alcohols, aldehydes, amines, you can ignore. No, you can't ignore anything. But I'm just trying to give you the priority order. Yeah. In organic chemistry, make sure you're too perfect at the chapters GOC, hydrocarbons, environmental chemistry, biomolecules, polymers, and chemistry in everyday life. Be extremely perfect so that you don't miss on any question that has come from these topics. What about the highlighted topics then? Haloalkanes, alcohols, aldehydes, amines. Do it. But after you finish rest of the organic chapters. Am I clear with my statement? Am I clear? And you know what? The sad part is for organic chemistry, NCERT serves your purpose, but along with NCERT, You need a lot of supplementing. What is that supplement? You need a very, very, very good practice material. Organic chemistry is all about practice, just all about practice. Yeah, I'll tell you the practice sources at the end of the webinar. Stay tuned. So this is about organic chemistry. If you can cover these all chota silly topics, you can secure easily 6 to 7 questions. Yeah. Now, next one. Physical chemistry. I have seen most of you choosing physical chemistry to be your favorite, easy and all that. Now tell me, how many of you are perfect in all the chapters of physical chemistry? Hey, honestly, please. How many of you are very comfortable with anything and everything in physical chemistry? Any heroes of physical chemistry here or heroines of physical chemistry? Arey, why so slow? Look at that. So many are there. Raghu is perfect. Giriraj is perfect. That's amazing. That's amazing. But you know what? Many other students are not really perfect. Yeah. So if you're planning, if you want to know the priority order of chapters in physical chemistry, let me just write a few chapters here. I'm going to give you the list of those chapters now, which are constant from past a few years, which are easy as well. Okay. So first chapter, atomic structure. We know atomic structure from many years. Have you studied it in class 10? You have, right? CBSE class 9 and class 11 as well. It's a lot of theory and very less derivation. Easy, one of the easy chapter of physical chemistry, which has weightage. Then gaseous state. How many of you find gaseous state funny and easy? Isn't it easy? Compare it to electrochemistry, equilibrium, chemical kinetics, and tell me, isn't it easy? How many of you do find it easy? A little easier, right? If I ask you, which is easy, gaseous state or electrochemistry? Obviously, you choose gaseous state, right? It has got very less formula in it. And it's easy chapter in physical chemistry. I don't say that it's very easy, you know. It's easy in physical chemistry, manageable, correct? Now, thermodynamics, manageable chapter, correct? Other than that, yes, I'm going to mark a solid chapter now. It's equilibrium. Yes, most of us find it a little difficult. I accept that. But you know, equilibrium is all about you understanding the conditions of the reaction. You know, if you talk about chemical equilibrium, it's mostly about a few topics like Le Chatillon's principle. Then it's also about the reaction conditions, increased temperature, decreased pressure, etc., etc. Right? Not very difficult, but manageable chapter. These 4 chapters of physical chemistry are very important and you should not be missing them at any cost because they give you at least one question. You know, if you're perfect in these 4 chapters, you're done with 4 questions here, right? Yes. Now, marking one more chapter, chemical kinetics. Most of us find chemical kinetics to be a devilistic chapter, but in fact it's not. It's one of the sweet chapter in physical chemistry, which can be handled maybe with some 4 to 5 patterns of questions. 4 to 5 types of questions, majorly, not more than that. So these 5 chapters of physical chemistry, never miss. But what about rest of the chapters, ma'am? You have to do them. I'm just trying to give you the priority order. Yeah. So what did I say so far? I said that don't miss even one single line of inorganic chemistry. That's like the holy part of this chemistry, JEE. You want to secure high, do inorganic first, and not just to get perfect in it. I mean perfect. Later, from organic chemistry, chota chapters, look at them. Are they not easy? GOC is very interesting, you know. I guess there is one webinar of mine on GOC as well. Make sure you watch that. Yeah. Hydrocarbons is easy, and I'm sure you find environmental chemistry and chemistry in everyday life very easy. Biomolecules and polymer, a lot of data to be memorized. I'm going to share some tips with you so that you can get through that. Yeah. Are we clear? Any more questions about what to study? Any more questions? Whatever I have given so far, my dear students, is just the priority order. When you complete these priority chapters, then jump into the remaining chapters that we have not spoken about so far. Are we clear? Anybody who wants to ask anything about what to study so we can get good marks? Before you would ask me, let me tell you something. Whatever I have marked over here, when you are doing it, you know how you should do it? You should do it like a master. What does it mean? Hare, it means that nobody should be able to beat you in those chapters. You should be extremely perfect to your level. That's when you will be able to score 90 marks just by studying these chapters. And you know one more thing, the rest of the chapters which I didn't mark, if you have looked at the chapters of organic chemistry, all are class 12 chapters. If you are a student of class 12, you're already doing this syllabus, right? You already have knowledge about it. You will be able to attempt questions based on this even without a sturdy preparation. What if you prepare a little more? You will be able to score high, right? Yes, right? Now, what I was asking you was about, yeah, any more questions? And I also would want to share a consolidated list of these all chapters, which you should be doing, at any cost. Take a look at this table, right? Looking at your questions about the reference books, how to study the practice material, guys, don't worry. I'm going to talk about it now, right now, maybe in 2 minutes of time. Yeah, right? Now, I hope you get to see one table now in a few seconds, which is having all the targeting chapters. These are the chapters that you should be targeting. Targeting means, you know, right? You should be able to just kill those chapters. Inorganic chemistry, GOC, biomolecules and polymers, chemistry in everyday life, hydrocarbons, haloalkenes and haloarenes. Hey, haloalkenes and haloarenes, I did not tell you at that time, but then if you can choose one easy chapter out of functional group, that is this. Thermodynamics, atomic structure, equilibrium and gaseous state. Yes, right? Yeah. And now, coming to your questions, just looking at your questions. Books. So I think without any delay, I should get into the second part of the webinar. How to study, you know? Okay, we have to study, that's okay, but how? How exactly? You know how many people apply for this JEE, right? And you know how many of them get through? Lakhs together apply for this, but only thousands together get through, correct? What do you think are the key principles for being succeeded through this, you know, to be successful in this exam? Tell me a few key points of your side. Okay, good preparation, then smart study, very good. Who is that? Omkar. Okay, then next, consistency, belief, then NCRT, habit. Oh my god, versatile examples. Fine, then let me tell you a few things. Let me not tell you, ask you a few things. Okay, especially talking to those who are in class 12 and class 13 right now. Okay, you have your exams in very less time. Yeah, I'm talking only about chemistry at least. How many questions of chemistry are there? 30 questions, correct? How many of you are solving 30 questions every day in chemistry? How many of you are solving 30 questions every day in chemistry? Just be honest here on. We all do not know each other personally, so it's no harm being honest here, right? Yeah? Are you solving 30 questions every day in chemistry? Yes? I see some of you saying yes, but most of you saying no. Some of you saying the number, which is very good, very good. But JEE is not about chemistry, not all about chemistry, right? It's about all three subjects. 90 questions altogether. Now tell me, how many of you are solving 90 questions every day? Are you solving 90 questions every day? Are you? Are you solving 90 questions every day? Okay. No. 15. Not me. Very good. Being honest is good. Yeah. So just let me know something. If you don't have a practice of solving 90 questions every day, all of a sudden, one day, you just get into your exam hall and sit there to solve 90 questions in some prescribed time of 3 hours. Don't you think your mind should be accustomed to do so effectively? It should be accustomed, right? Have you studied about that biological clock in biology class 10 or 9 or whatever? Yeah. See, it's all not about just mucking up, working hard, mechanically learning. It's not all about that. Here, success is not all about it. Then what else is needed? There are some strategies, some scientific strategies needed in your study, preparation, or in your exam attempt. You know what are they? I have seen many students, they in a day they study for some 16 hours, 18 hours, just mechanically. They keep practicing, 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 or learning, learning, learning. At the end of the day, they don't end up securing a very good rank, which should worth their preparation. Yeah. Why? Because there should be a particular strategy to prepare. So let me just share a few of my experiences and a few of the strategies which have been best proven for some of my previous students. Yeah. To begin with how to study, the first thing, books. Right now at this point of time, don't change too many books. Don't run behind that huge bulk books, JEE for inorganic chemistry, OP Taunton for physical chemistry, maybe some other big, huge, bulky books. This is not the time. Right now, focus on NCERT. Understand that if you are master of NCERT, you are done, almost done. But how to study this NCERT? Just by heart, memorize, somehow put it in head. Any ideas? Then ideas, any ideas then how to study NCERT? No? I'll give you some of my ideas, yeah, which have really worked for other students, so might work for you as well. Not might work, will work for you as well. You have to study NCERT for inorganic for sure, physical and organic as well, but the way you have to study should be different. It should be completely analytical. What's completely analytical? Say if you're talking about maybe inorganic, let's pick up one topic. Inorganic, you're talking about P block elements, which is my most favorite, P block elements. How do you study P block elements? How many of you don't like P block elements? How many of you don't like it? I knew this. Many do not like it. Why? Because it has a lot of theory, because it has got a lot of equations, because it has so much to memorize, right? That's why you don't like it, isn't it? But I'll tell you something, if you don't get surprised, P block elements is one of the very interesting and beautiful chapter of inorganic chemistry if you study it by relating to periodic table and chemical bonding. The equations of P block elements, you find them hard because you try to memorize them as they are. Don't do that. Relate. Relate your topics to the relevant chapters. Maybe S and P block elements related to PT and chemical bonding. D and F block elements related to coordination compounds. Periodic table, you don't need to relate it to anything because it's most basic. We all know it, correct? Hydrogen, very easy chapter. You just have to relate your topics. Okay, you're relating and studying, then relating and studying, relating and you have done it twice. Are you done? No. First time when you're studying NCERT, you're just studying like a storybook. You may tend to understand many things, but you don't register anything in your head. It's very difficult to memorize things for the first read, especially in organic. Give it a read like a novel, like a storybook with a fresh, pleasant mind. Give it a read. After that, relax for a while. Then, give it a second read. And this time, when you're reading it for the second time, first time just read. And when you're doing it for the second time, you have to read and make short notes. What is short notes? I have 10 pages of lesson and I have made 15 pages of short notes. Can that be called as short notes? It sounds like a joke, right? Your short notes is all about summarizing the things in understandable way. It should not be like later you look at your short notes and you, array, what is this? What is that? It should not be so, complicated. Simplified short notes, simplified important short notes, which will help you in your last minute revision also. This should include the exceptions. P block elements is all about exceptions, right? Nitrogen has abnormal properties, exceptional properties. Silicon has, boron has. It's all about exceptions. Your short notes should include exceptions. Then your short notes should include those strengths: increasing stability, decreasing acidic strength, basic strength, thermal stability, reactivity, orders. That. Thirdly, it should include all those difficult equations. Don't write each and every equation. There are some complicated equations, right, which look like some Latin to us, right? Those equations. Second time, read it and then make short notes. And then don't give a third read. Don't. What should you do then? Practice, my dear students, practice. Practice makes man perfect. I don't know who said this, but it's absolutely right, you know. After doing it for the second time, you have to practice. Why? You should understand your caliber after doing NCERT for 2 times, right? And when you're practicing, my dear students, when you are practicing my webcam, thank you for saying that. When you're practicing, you will be able to answer only 50% of the questions. Remaining 50 you will not be able to answer. You'll find them hard. You'll find them aliens. It's okay. That's pretty much normal. No need to worry about it. It's normal. Fine then. What should I do about the questions which I don't know? What should I do about the questions which I don't know? Oh, I'm practicing. I don't know this question. Quickly go to the key. Look at the answer. Okay, answer known. Go to the next question. Is this what you guys do? Is this what you do? If you're practicing, you don't know question number 10, quickly go check the key, understand the answer, then come back, go with question number 11. Is this what you do? No? Then what do you do? Alright, I'm moving my webcam. It just gets off in some time. Yeah, now it's gone. Right? Then what do you do? That's not the right practice. Your practice also should be like a test. You're testing yourselves to understand what you know. Right? Be honest in your test. Keep a time-bound test. For example, you're taking 50 questions. Target that you should complete those 50 questions in 25 minutes. That also increases your time management skills. That also makes you habituated to examination, atmosphere. Okay, I'm bound to time. I should be able to solve the questions in time. Yeah. So when you don't know answer for one question, leave the question. Go to the next one. You don't know for that also, leave that also. Solve the questions which you know according to your knowledge. Finish the entire portion. Maybe you have targeted to finish 50 questions, finish. You failed to answer 30 questions, it's okay, no problem. Then look at those 30 questions. Go to the respective topic. Learn the topic and come back, find answer again. Right? This is what you have to do. The 50% questions which you went wrong in, don't look at the key, look at the concept. That is the key to master in organic chemistry. Look at the concept, learn it, take your time, learn it. Come back to the question. This time see if you are finding the question relevant to you, familiar to you, and are you able to answer it. If you do this for this practice slot, you will be able to learn inorganic chemistry in a better way. And then what should you do? After practicing, then give the third reading. When you're giving this third reading this time, your reading should be quick enough. Don't pause at every line. Just give a quick reading. Then revise your short notes and see if you want to add anything else over here. Definitely you will find many points to be added in short notes after practicing the questions. Okay? And you know how many questions you should practice here? You should practice 100 questions for every chapter. From where do I get 100 questions, ma'am? I will tell you. I will tell you. Don't worry. Okay, this is how you have to master your inorganic chemistry. Are we sure? Are we clear? First step, take your NCERT, study it like a novel, study it like a storybook. Here, when we study some crime book or some motivational, inspirational book or some very beautiful love story, how do we have our mindset? Very peaceful, very exciting, right? You should have that attitude. When you love chemistry, it loves you back. That's what you have to do. We are optionless now. We somehow have to master chemistry. Love it. Nothing harm, right? No harm. Correct? First reading in organic NCERT, just like a storybook, novel book. Don't write anything. Keep reading. Keep trying to relate, understand. That's it. Second reading, read, write notes. What notes? Short notes. with all important points that I have mentioned before. After that, practice at least 100 questions from your chapter. Don't forget to solve your in-text questions and exercise questions of NCERT. That makes you register the data easily in your mind. Later, after practicing, you will go wrong in questions. Going wrong is normal. If you're not going wrong, then it is abnormal. Okay? Go wrong, it's fine. Don't look at the key. Go look at the concept. Revise it, come back and solve. Then read your NCERT and short notes. Finally, take a practice test. Serious test this time. Okay? Follow this approach for inorganic chemistry, all the chapters. Do let me know the result. I don't want to share the result of my other students because it's a proven strategy. You share your result, where you can share it with me in the comment section of the video. Done? Right? Now, what about the practice material and all that? I'll tell that all together for organic and physical also. Okay? Right? Good to go? By the way, let me just understand something from all of you. How many of you are understanding what's happening in the class? You are understanding it, right? Yeah? And you know one more thing. Why should we do so much for chemistry? 10 days isn't it very precious? We are targeting our 10 days and we are targeting chemistry. Why? Is it really useful? Is it really worth doing? Tell me your subjects in JEE, maths, physics and chemistry. Honestly, tell me, which do you think is best scorer? You tell me honestly. PCM, which subject you can score best in less time of preparation? Which subject do you think can score best in? Chemistry. Ask yourselves, you don't need to tell me. I'm not saying this because I'm a chemistry faculty. Honestly speaking, why chemistry is best scorer? First thing, it's predictable. You look at mathematics question paper, highly unpredictable questions. Physics, you're lucky your physics paper is easy. And I don't want to talk about the other part. Chemistry is always predictable. You looked at the table of analysis. Look at the consistency of a few chapters. You have capacity to, understand which chapter is important. You know from which chapter questions can come, and you also know the topics or subtopics from which questions could be asked, right? Look at my other webinars, the chapter-wise webinars, chemical bonding, P-block, GOC. I have mentioned the topics from which questions could be asked. It's highly predictable. It takes less time, less effort, and your score is good. Isn't it an amazing chance? Yeah. You know what? You can just spend 1 month fully for chemistry. You can score 100 and above. But remember guys, when I am saying you have to be perfect in chapter, I mean it. You should be perfect. By that, what does it mean? It means you should be unbeatable in that chapter. Done? Moving on with what to do with other chapters or other things. How should you prepare organic and physical chemistry? Coming to organic chemistry, remember something. Your GOC should be very, very, very strong. I have given the list of chapters which you should prepare before some time. But along with that list of chapters, I am telling you a few more topics which you should focus on. Okay? Along with those listed chapters, guys, do remember to have a track of named reactions. All the named reactions. Okay? And then also learn a few things about reagents. Few things, what does it mean? You know, oxidizing agents, reducing agents. There are some reactions which involve utilization of strong oxidizing agents. There are some reactions which involve utilization of weak or mild oxidizing agents. Same is the case with reducing agents. Yeah? So reagents also have an idea about reagents. Have a strong idea about reaction mechanism. You know, having this idea will also help you master the remaining chapters. Have this with you. Then, what are the books to prepare organic chemistry? Is NCERT enough? NCERT is prime for anything. But along with NCERT, for organic chemistry, make sure you also refer to your coaching institute material. Okay? That will have all the information required in a consolidated manner. For inorganic, that also is not needed. NCERT is wholly book of inorganic chemistry. But for organic and physical also, follow your coaching material. Done? And now coming to physical chemistry. Physical chemistry, whatever chapters are listed, do them perfectly. And physical chemistry is all about formulae. Make formulae sheets. Okay? And also practice. It's all about practice, guys. JEE is all about practice. Done. But focus on inorganic. That's where you can score almost 40 marks. Yeah. Now, you get to see the slide approach for chemistry. That's what we have discussed so far. Follow NCERT because it's very concise. 3 to 4 times, right? We have discussed how to do 3 to 4 times. And then any objective book. What is this objective book? How many of you are following Arihant series of test papers or Arihant book for practicing or OP Tondon for practicing? Bahadur for physical chemistry or numerical chemistry? Are you? You are, right? Very good, very good. You need to be having a practice book. Usual practice books which will help you, which has good number of practice questions along with illustrated examples. Arihant has, OP Tondon has. Other than these two, if some of you are preparing MTG, Cengage or whatever, stick to your book. Ultimately all the books will have similar questions. No big difference. Don't flip your books now. Whatever book you are preparing, do have that with you. Don't skip your book now. If you are not using any, do remember guys, NCERT alone cannot help you. I said NCERT is enough. For what? For your theory. Okay. But then you should know how to apply that theory in the questions. So objective books are important along with NCERT. Okay. Step 1 is NCERT. Step 2 is your objective book. And then is that enough? No. Even that is not enough. Previous year JEE main questions. If you are going to a JEE exam without solving at least 10 previous year questions, you are going to miss many things. Don't go to exam without solving at least 10-year questions. Don't. Yeah. These questions are very important. And when you're solving these questions, what should be your strategy? Take them like a test. Be time bound. Take them like a test. Skip the questions which you don't know answers for. Later go back to the theory, study it, come back, try answering. Now, is that all? It's not all. What about your short notes? Not only for inorganic, create your personal notes for every chapter. Your personal notes should not be for some 100-200 pages. No, maybe 2 to 3 pages for every chapter. It should contain extremely important data. It should be helpful for your last minute revision. Okay, just before 10 days of your exam, you can quickly revise it. Okay, done. This is the approach for chemistry. This is how you have to approach your chemistry. I hope this is helping you out, but then still let me also tell you one more thing. As discussed before, there is a lot of content available on Vedantu YouTube channel. There are many videos made by me, made by my other colleagues, very expert teachers at Vedantu. You get to see some of the testimonials on the screen, right? Myself, I have made videos of GOC, P-block, chemical bonding, chemical equilibrium and chemical thermodynamics and many more chapters. Make sure you all take a look at them, okay? Because they all have the tricks and techniques, okay? They are all available on YouTube. You can just go through them. Especially the videos of chemical bonding and GOC, P-block elements have best tricks to solve questions in less than 1 minute of time. Don't miss them out. Okay. Then some tips for all of you to prepare. Some tips. I asked you, remember, why only some of you get through the exam, not everybody? Everybody prepares. Everybody does very hard work, but they miss out on very important segments of preparation. How many of you are using social media still? You have your exam in 2019. Are you still using Facebook, Insta, Twitter, Telegram, then many more social media platforms? Who is using? No? No phone? No, no, no. Very good. Very good. If there is somebody who is still addicted to social media, who is still addicted to that, social life, remember something. This is the time when you have to work like do it now or never. If you are doing it now, it's okay. If you're not doing it now, that means you can't do it ever. Especially the ones who are in class 13. You know how crucial this time is for all of you, right? Just uninstall all those social media apps. That is a first step for your preparation. That increases your focus. Just be focused. Second thing, body clock. I mentioned about this just before some time also. You know what's body clock? I'll tell you something. I'll ask you something. If some of you are in the study holiday preparation period, class 13, preparing from home or something, how many of you take a nap after eating food? Maybe at around 2:30, 3 o'clock. Anybody who sleeps after lunch? Who feels sleepy after lunch? Anybody? Honestly, huh? No? No? Not at all? Some of you say yes. What is your JEE exam timing? What is your JEE exam timing? You know why am I asking this, right? See, you have a habit of waking up a little late in the morning and your brain is not very active at around 10 a.m. You find yourself sleepy after lunch. Your mind is not very active at 2:30 p.m. Then what might happen in your exam? You know your exam timings, the slots, morning and afternoon, right? Make sure you are customizing your body and brain to be very active at your exam slots. At least from before 1 month of exam, you should make sure you work very actively at that time. Morning 9:30 to 12:30 and post lunch also. Why? Because that's what is body clock, right? If you have a habit of eating food and sleeping and you go to your exam at 2:30, what would happen? You have a habit of studying till late night and waking up late in the morning. You wake up at 9:30 and your brain is not very active every day at that time. I don't want to say the negative things, but you understand, right? Make sure you keep yourselves the most active at the time of your exam slots. Train yourselves that way at least from 1 month before exam. Okay? Then I already have told you practice makes man perfect. Rather than saying that practice makes your preparation perfect, practice the questions. I have seen many students before exams keep revising the NCERT multiple times. That doesn't work. Your preparation should include 40% of theory revision, 60% of practice. But I see students 80% of theory revision, 20% of practice. Makes no sense. Contribute a lot of effort in your practice. Your practice should include what? Should include the previous year questions also. Take as many tests as you can. If you can do all this, this will help. But then there is the title as 4 tips, right? There is the 4th most important tip. You want to know what that is? Yeah? Now tell me, before going to the 4th tip, how many of you are now confidently able to say that I am going to crack JEE? How many of you can confidently commit to me that yes, I'll be cracking this? How many of you? Very fair answer. Good, good number, very good. This is what is needed. This is the 4th tip, but then the most important tip needed for any serious aspirant. Believe in yourself. When you believe in yourself, you're half done. The second half is very easy to do. I see many students who are doubting themselves, who panic, who are very tense that, oh my god, so much of portions, so much to do. Oh my god, how to do? Will I fail? Will I not come through? Will I get less marks? Stop all that. You know your potential. You know how much you have to hard work. Just do that. Be honest to yourselves. Do your best ever. You're going to crack it. Always have that strong aspiration. That's what can help you. You might have heard this, many times being said by many people. Hope and belief can also help a cancer patient survive, right? Most of you must have heard about it. Then there is a most important essential that every aspirant needs. Yeah, do it. Now, this is all I wanted to discuss in today's class, guys. What to study in chemistry, you have an idea, I believe, in how to study chemistry, right? I hope the session have been of some help to you. And hold on, I have something to tell you as well. There is a course of JEE crash being launched by Vedantu. I guess this is some 4th or 5th crash course batch being launched. The batch will be launched from 28th of this month, which will include 180 hours, which means 90 sessions of JEE crash for MPC altogether, wherein you get amazing lectures by all the best teachers in the industry for maths, physics, chemistry, and you also will get a very thorough guidance. And you know what? This crash course includes all the content that I was talking about. I said you have to go through the practice questions, you should have better theory, and you should have practiced the previous year question. You don't need to go to any other sources, because as you see right now on the screen, you are having the books. Those are the JEE crash course study material which has been launched by Vedantu, and this is exclusively for the students who enroll into the crash course. The hard copies of the books will be sent to you. It takes a week from the day that you have enrolled for the course to reach you. This will have all the summary notes with the tricks and techniques which are essential to master the topics. This also has the previous year questions along with the solutions and explanations. This also has the practice questions, and you see the highlights of this content on the screen as well. Yeah, so the batch is going to be launched from 28th. The link related to this crash course batch is there in the chat box. You just can click on the link so that you will be redirected to this page. I have opened the link for all of you if you want to look at the faculty that who are going to teach you. Yeah, any more questions that you want to ask me, you can put it across in the chat box. I'm still here. By the way, for those who are asking about the fees, course structure and all that, one sec, I'm taking you to that page. In fact, the charges of this course are 21,000, but just for you, because you have attended this webinar for some time, the lightning deal will be active. It's active for 4 hours, I guess till 11:59 tonight. 14,999 you can enroll this course for. Yeah, just click on enroll now button so that you can get to see the dates on which this course is conducted, and also the schedule on which day, on which time, or at which time you have this course and all that. Yeah, there you go with the course details page. Click on the link so that you can get to see all these details. And anything else that I missed on? I guess no. Yeah, right. I hope the session had been of some help to you. Irrespective of you joining the crash course or not, follow the tips that I have given. It's all proven. Yeah, I have been giving these tips to the students from past 7 years, and it really worked for many of my students. Make sure you follow them. I repeat, work really hard so that you don't regret later. Done? Well, quickly coming back. Also do watch the webinars of other topics in the YouTube. They are really helpful. They're not too long webinars, 40-45 minutes each. They have good techniques of the topics. Webinars of chemistry by Pahul sir, by me, by Sudhanshu Jetli sir, many other videos are there. Do watch them out. Yeah, right. Always my blessings are there with all my students. No need to ask for that. Is Pradeep objective? Good enough, but then make sure you practice the previous year questions. Don't flip your books now. Not at all good time. Yeah, right guys, all the very best everybody. Do well, do amazingly well in your exams. I wish everyone a very good luck. Hope you all get amazing ranks. Let me know if you get good ranks. What if you will get good ranks? Let me know when your result comes. Yeah, done guys. I'll see you all in the crash course if you're enrolling into it. which is starting from 28th of this month. If not, I would wish you to, I would wish to see you all in my upcoming webinars. Stay tuned, guys. Bye-bye.